What is range and correction? Range and correction is when Tenke is going back to the shop in the mountain and start making fufu in the bottom in the ground. So you remember the example that I gave you about Tenke and Kijum, that the little brother Tenke were going and delivering Kui, right? When he goes back, arrive here, he entered the house, and then he goes to the ground, in the kitchen ground, to start making fufu, right? So that part, when he get in, is called correction. Why? What is it called correction? Because previously you were client are in the upside of the mountain, right? This one is called correction because client are in the upside of the mountain. So if you were moving toward the upside and you go now toward the downside, you have changed your movement. That change in movement is called correction, right? And it is inside the correction that is loading more packet to go and deliver the next time. That is then correction. That's what is called correction. Now, what is range? Range is basically this is Mama Sarah with his house, with her house, and here this is the bottom of her house. When those kids, those are kid finish right, they will go back home and tell her that mommy, food is finished. For the next week, we need more food. So she will tell also her husband, Papa Saba, that food is finished, we need to deliver for the next week. So Papa Saba will be going to the farm and start looking for manure and, and start doing some fufu resources and give to her. So when she will get those resources from the farm, she will get inside her house here, go below in the kitchen, start making fufu, right? So she will go a little bit below the line of Papa Saba. And then when she finishes, and she come here above and then give those fufu to Kijum and Tenku that they can go and deliver for the next house. So for the next week. So basically what I mean is that this small movement like this that looks like an UFO eye, an UFO alien eye like this, right? This small, it's like a small bread. It's like a small bread like this. That is called the range, right? This is the range. Basically, that is the range. That's the range. It's just a it's just when SSA, because Mama Sarah is SSA. SSA is just going a little bit below. It's like Mama Sarah is going in the kitchen, in the ground of the house to make some food before going up again. This one is called then the range. So this is the range, right? Like the same thing, this one was the fufu. The most important thing is the beginning of the range here. When Mama Sarah entered the kitchen here at the beginning, when she's inside the kitchen, that is in range. That's when the market is in range, right? And then when she exit, that's when the range finish. So the most important thing is that at the beginning, when SSA cross SSB, because this black line is SSB, like for Papa Saba. Then the second most important is in range. In range is when she's in the kitchen making fufu here, right? And then when she get out, that fufu is ready, we can go and deliver. That's when you will see that the Kijun and Tenke go and deliver. It's the same thing for correction. Correction is for Kijun and Tenkan. Like the most important is when Tenke go back house. That's the most important when he enter inside the house. And then that's when the correction has begun. And then in correction is when he's inside the kitchen making those fufu. And then when he start then the delivery to the upside is at the end of the correction here. So that's what correction is. And then let's go inside the graphic. And then I will show it to you. Let's go inside the graphic, I will show it to you. Let's go inside the graphic like this. Okay, so This is what I will explain to you. This is what I will explain to you. Basically, SSB and SSA is for the range when you read here, and correction is for Tenkan and Kijun. So, so let us take this chart in 1 hour. You see here the first cross between at this green cloud here. SSA was at this level. Then you saw the dunk going back down. When the first cross happened there at this level, this is where the range started. So let us look at the candle of the range. We take 25 candle behind because the cloud is a little bit in front to identify the exact candle. This candle, we know that the cloud is in front. You need to take like this, take a ruler and count 25 candle like this. You will have the exact candle, right? So so that's basically it. And then you identify the first candle. The first candle of the range is this candle. So then you will see that all of these candle below are candle of the range, this below here. Till the next cross, when the cloud cross back again to signify the end of the range here, the candle that made that end of the range is this candle. So this one, the candle of the range is at the cost here. This is the candle of the range. And then number 2, this candle that are forming the range in progress. And then this candle number 3 here is the end of the range. That's what I'm explaining to you here. Like the cost of SSA and SSB is when the range begins. Here, the first range. You need to identify the candle of that cross. And then the enlargement, the gap, that's when the range is in progress. This one, when SSA is doing like this. It's like Mama Sarah going at the bottom in the kitchen. Bottom of the house in the kitchen. And then the end of the range is when it goes back up like this, right? So let's take another example. Let's take another example. Let us take this example for example. Let us identify the beginning of the range. You need to identify sort of where the cross, this is the cross here, and then mark the range, the candle that made that cross. The candle, I will take 25 candle below. This is the candle, this red candle. And then all of this will be in the range. All of this will be candle in the range. And then when when does the range finish? That's the last thing that you identify. At this cross, you place this side. Okay, the last candle is this candle, right? So candle that begin the range, in the range, and then last candle, right? I hope you get it. Another thing that I want to make highlight for you is this. That was the candle. This candle was the candle of the range, right? If you take the bottom of this candle, you realize that the next candle after this candle, this candle, red, all of these next candle did not went below like this and create another trend. All of this, they stop around this candle, a little bit below and a little bit above like this. So that is the range. Another thing I need to make you highlight to you is that the range is not always rectangular. Sometimes the range is a chart pattern that is a symmetric triangle like this, or an asymmetric triangle. For people who knows chart pattern, right? But you don't need to know chart pattern basically. If you get my point, you get my point. So you identify the first candle of the range because you want to know, okay, this is the first candle of the range. So because we have the first cross back after the dunk like this, the dunk start here, the dunk, and then the first cross goes below. So I can expect the candle to go a little bit below this first candle and to be a little bit above this first candle. That's what you can think about that. But when the cloud will be crossed back above like this, the upside, I know that this market is about to go up again. Let's take another example. Let's take this example for this is the beginning of the range here, this cross. And then let's take the candle. The candle 25 candle behind is this candle. Yeah, this candle particularly. So this is the beginning of the range. All of this is candle of the range. Yes, it went a little bit below this candle, but it's not create another trend below that. After that, at the end, what is the candle of the end of this range? It's this candle that we see this one. We see this one. That will be this candle. It will be this candle. So this is the candle of the end of the range. From here, you can expect them candle to go up, right? Candle to keep going up, and from there it kept going up, right? So that's the range. So that's a little bit what I needed to show you about SSA and SD. So you need to identify the first candle. You know that can be a little bit below. The next candle inside the range will be a little bit below. Let us do now for Tenkan and Kijun. It's basically the same thing. For Tenkan and Kijun, we need to see candle above the cloud. You need to see Tenkan and Kijun that stays above the cloud. Let us take this one. If you take this one, you will see that this one was the reversal, right? Going back down. Now the candle, when the separation appeared, the course here, one ticket course together, Tenkan and Kijun course together, this was the candle. So all of this candle on the right till here, the course back. So this was the beginning of the correction. This one is the correction in progress. Yeah, all of this. And the third one is the end of the correction. So from this candle, the market start going up, right? So you realize that the correction is like sellers car, red cars are going in the magazine, the warehouse, packing product before going and sell it to buyers now. That's how you need to look at it. So that's why you see that this one is a warehouse like this. So let us take another example. Let us take this example, the beginning of the correction. When you see this one, this is the beginning of the correction. This is the candle that correct, right? All of these candle below, like this till here, are candle of correction, in correction. And then this course here, this candle, from here, the market went up, right? This is when the correction ended. The market went up. That's how you can identify the beginning of the correction. That people also call it pullback. People also call it pullback, or the end of the pullback is here. That's how you can recognize the end of the pullback. So the best time to enter, the best time to buy is here, inside the correction, because this price is lower, is cheaper than this price above, right? So if you buy here, you have more money compared to somebody who bought here, and when I exit here, you have double this money. So buying inside the correction is the best thing, because that's what big banks are doing. They buy inside the correction, and retail people who don't know will go and buy up here, and then it will be almost the end of the trend. So the goal is to buy inside the correction, inside the range, right? To take advantage of the impulsion. So that's what I explained to you. Cross. I did not make. I needed to maintain. Enlargement of Tenkan. Back of Tenkan. Okay, I think I corrected my mistake. So that's it, right? Let me take an example on Bitcoin. Bitcoin is now bullish. Let us take it on Bitcoin, like to see where you could have bought the Bitcoin. So, for example, this is the weekly chart, right? Weekly chart. And then at this moment, you can identify the correction here, right? This is the correction. This is the candle of the correction. This is when the correction began. So the market were up at this level. We had a dent. This one, when you saw this one was the correction. So all of this candle was candle in the correction. But I arrived here when this course happened, this candle was the candle that signified that, okay, we are ready to now to move up from this candle. We are ready to move up. So that's when the cost back of TK happened at this green candle. And then this is what is happening. It's going up now. Bitcoin is going up. So let me remove so that you can see the way. Let me remove my coin. So you can actually see that this candle will be. So the great time to have bought this Bitcoin will be here. Right? Inside the correction, because this one will have lower prices here compared to here, right? You could have been buying Bitcoin at 49K compared to 69K, right? So because this red candle is the candle that make the correction end. So that is also called market context. You know when the market is in range and when the market is not in range. This is also called market context. So basically, even here we are in range, right? But when this cloud will cross back above like this, going up, we know that we have an implosion like this one, like this here. You have a huge implosion. So basically, I'm at the end. Let me give you the process. So duplicate this Google Sheet, go here and find duplicate it, or I'll make it duplicatable. Choose a pair, and then identify the beginning of the range and the candle that correspond to the beginning, the range in progress. The range in progress, and then those candles make a rectangle, the end of the range. Do the same thing for correction, beginning of the correction, and the candle that begin the correction, 50K, and then the end of the correction. And then now do a hand drawing of this correction. And what I say a hand drawing, I don't expect you to be a great drawer. This one is Kijun, and this one is Tenkan. Just draw like this, and then you can say, okay, yeah, beginning of the correction to all of this in correction, and then the number 3 here, end of the correction. Same thing for the range, beginning of the range. When you draw it, you can then make a picture. You film your drawing, and then you send inside the student group. Do the same thing. If you duplicated this document and then you enter those pictures inside those cells like this one, inside here, you can screenshot it and then send. Or if you do not use the Google Sheet, you can then do directly like that. When you identify like this, you just screenshot this part and then you send directly without using the Google Sheet. It doesn't matter. What matters is that you understand what you are doing, right? What matters is that you understand what you are doing, right? So at the end, let us see each other for the next video.